So we should be moving on to chapter 29. I know what's gonna happen. Reclamation Site 01.
Allow me to relay the central government's report regarding the current situation.
So we went all the way back.
First, the massive elevator discovered in what we have referred to as the Crystal Region has been confirmed as not being created by natural forces. This confirms that an intelligent entity is either stationed in that area or is exerting an influence over it. Our speculation is that this intelligent entity is either a pilgrim or a heretic, with opinions skewing towards the latter.
Why is that?
Doing so would justify deploying government forces to that area.
Since pilgrims are considered fairly benign?
Correct. Cases of conflict with pilgrims on the surface are few and far between. And even then, the damage incurred was minimal. The central government is inclined to believe the entity in question is a heretic. And so the consensus is that a proactive strike should take precedence over any search effort. A strike force will soon be dispatched from the Ark to Reclamation Site 01.
Who's gonna be?
And who will that strike force be composed of?
Absolute and Matisse.
Yeah.
Good. If they're on the case, then we can rest easy.
Are they coming right away?
No, there is a small complication. They are currently in the middle of an important mission. So they will only be able to report after completing it.
So, when can we count on a rescue operation being launched? Are you saying we've got to sit around and wait until Absolute and Matisse show up?
Hammering's arm is riddled with crystals. We have no idea what it could do to her.
We are also in the dark as to what lies beyond the elevator. In this situation, we would prefer immediate action to be taken.
I have been told that their mission is of utmost importance, and they cannot be taken away from it now.
So, what should we do?
We move.
Just us? I don't like those odds.
We can't just sit here and twiddle our thumbs. You know what? I'm sure... Don't we have a way to call some of the pilgrims? You know, like Snow White, Rapunzel, Scarlet.
I figured you would respond in this manner. So I took it upon myself to contact the remaining members of the following squads: Hammer and Drill, Pathfinder, and Electric Shock.
Oh,
It didn't take much convincing to get them to agree. For better or for worse, they do not have much work at the moment, and so they gladly accepted my proposal. The CEOs of the Big Three have also approved of this plan.
wow. You're amazing, Shifty.
Dang, that was
We
fast.
couldn't have asked for a better operator.
They'll be arriving soon. Once they do, you all can formulate a strategy.
Thank you, Shifty.
Don't mention it.
Dang, that's fast. Let's go. I want to see soon after.
Hello.
Okay, so that's Fragile. Oh, that's right, Trony's here. Oh, great. Fragile doesn't look too bad.
My name's Fragile. I'm from the Pathfinder squad. And I'm a friend of Liverin. I'm Trony. I'm part of the Electric Shock squad. Circuitry is... my forte. Elegg and I are close friends.
I'm just, you know,
I think.
oh my god. She should know. The shit they've gone through.
Although it may just be me who feels that way.
Oh, don't say that. Fucking memes on her computer.
Oh, I hope I'm just overthinking things. I'd hate it if she didn't consider us friends. I excel at locating routes in and out of places. I look forward to working with you. This is my first time being involved in an operation like this. Do you think we can converse by messaging instead?
Oh my god. Fucking Trony. She's like your typical Zoomer.
Huh. Guess not. Last Will and Testament, 429th revision.
429th. I'm going to compare that to some of our other ones.
I, Trony, a Nikke who struggles with communication, have encountered feelings of hesitancy, and am afraid this may become my final resting place.
This is our backup? They're a bit...
Taciturn.
You over there! Aren't you going to introduce yourself? You, the one who looks all pissed off.
I'll stay here and provide backup.
Huh?
This device I'm riding is top of the line. If I were to venture into the crystal region, I'd become food for them in no time. And if I were left without any means of transportation, I'd collapse to the ground.
Are you
Useless.
incapable of moving without that thing?
No, she has.
Well, no. I can move, but...
So what's the problem?
Fine. I'll go. Last Will and Testament. 430th revision. I, Trony, a Nikke who was left bereft of her means of transportation in the crystal region, was devoured by the crystals.
Oh my god.
If you are of fragile constitution, or you're not used to physical activity, perhaps it would be best if you remained here. If any one of us hampers our mobility, it might spell our collective doom.
She has a point.
If you are lacking in confidence, then I suggest you stay here. If the extraction team sent in to rescue the others ended up getting wiped out, it'd be a smear on the Nikke name.
She really just says whatever comes to her mind.
Dang.
You are right. Your logic is sound. Infallible, in fact. I'll stay here and provide backup.
How do you intend on doing that? Don't we already have Shifty for that?
Oh.
Don't tell me you're just going to stay here without a plan.
No, of course not. Maybe I should just go.
Just stay here and provide backup for us.
I knew I could count on you, Commander.
Are you sure about this, Commander?
This will leave us short one person.
That's not true. She'll be providing backup.
Fingers crossed.
Are you all through? My turn. I'm Drilley of the Hammer and Drill Squad.
Jesus, look at her. Her, breasts are vibrating. Also, this is my first time seeing her. She's kind of short.
Everyone, put this on.
Crampons as well as small thrusters?
Correct. We're going to be descending down an elevator shaft unprotected, not knowing where it leads.
Also, she kind of reminds me of Suyen.
Based on the visual data we've gathered, the tunnel seems to be sloped
Like-
rather than a straight path.
Like, really?
These could help you upsail down slowly. Litter personally dedicated her time to crafting this, so you can be assured of the quality.
Oh, Litter. I always call her, like, Leader.
Let's hurry then.
We should at least finish the briefing before heading out.
There's no time for that. We need to move. We can talk on the way.
You must be quite worried about hammering.
I am. Worried that I'm going to go crazy sitting here doing nothing. Let's move. That idiot. I told her it was dangerous.
Shifty, can we do the briefing while on the move?
Yes, no problem.
Alright, let's move out then.
Roger.
Before we depart, I want to request permission to unlock our inhibitors.
Why is that necessary?
I've gone over the data, and the crystals seem to attach themselves, even to Nikke's. Do they not? We might need to open fire upon them, and being unable to do so at a critical moment could prove troublesome.
Understood, permission granted? To shoot at other Nikkes? With the put them out of their misery? I'll be honest. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, it's because we're going... Are we going back through where we're going before? No, we're not. Also, this music almost reminds me of,
A fight then, is it?
Cell's theme.
I'm going!
Descent completed. Is everyone okay?
I recognize this place.
Not a scratch.
A few singed hairs, that's all.
All good.
I'm a bit sore from the impact, and my clothes are torn in a couple of places. But I'm also unharmed.
Well, duh.
Good news! From here on out, it's a straight corridor with only a gentle slope. Just continue straight ahead.
So we're just gonna abseil straight down this thing? Good grief. I never thought we'd be resorting to such foolhardy methods. Having said that, it worked out quite nicely.
We gotta save Elegg.
It shouldn't be a problem for us Nikkes.
But Master is human.
That's why Rappy's been grasping onto the commander like grim death.
I always see them fight over me. No, she hasn't.
But you have been grabbing onto me rather tightly, Commander.
What? Damn, I get called out. How could she do this to me? Anyways, I like turn around and instead talk to Shifty and Trony. Anyways, how far do we have to walk along this path?
Hard to say. It's difficult to confirm much of anything with these scans I'm getting.
How do these scans you're doing work?
The commander's operation device has a display, which converts into a 3D map. Once you use AI to make some corrections, the accuracy is remarkable for the terrain and large objects like buildings. But it's somewhat lacking when it comes to smaller objects. Also, no matter how accurate the scans are, we won't be able to predict any unanticipated events that may occur.
The camera on that operation device must be top-notch.
Yes, the equipment we use at Elysion is quite high-end.
I see. I'll make a note of that. It must be rather costly.
That it is. In fact, we have a saying around the office that the operation device is worth more than the never mind.
Is she about to say company or commander? I'll try my best to make myself more valuable than the operation device.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Let's just hurry and get a move on.
Have you got ants in your pants or something? We're already on the move.
I'm simply saying that we should do less talking and more walking.
That's literally exactly what we're doing. Walking and talking.
If we cut the chatter, we can walk faster.
You make it sound like you're the only one putting in effort.
What did you just say?
You're not the only one breaking a sweat here. We're also going as fast as we can.
I hardly think you put your best foot forward when half your team didn't manage to make it back.
It's not like we abandoned them on purpose. You dolt.
Are you sure about that?
The way you talk, you'd have us jump headfirst into that elevator without any equipment on.
If you really cared about your colleagues, you would have.
Fine then, you do it. Go ahead and dive headlong into that shaft. I'm sure you'll be able to save them all by yourself.
While you all are sitting here talking and preparing, something could go terribly wrong for your friends.
That's why we're being as quick as we can and moving out. Something even worse could happen if we're caught off guard. So get off our backs. We're caught between a rock and a hard place here, and the last thing we need is you on our case.
God, she's so sassy.
If it were me, I would have jumped down.
Fine. Good to know. Next time this happens, you're more than welcome to go first.
Anise,
What? This chick is grinding my gears. She needs to take a chill pill. She's paranoid.
I'm not paranoid, I'm merely stating facts.
What the hell are you insinuating?
You can't deny it doesn't add up. The 3 newcomers go missing, and meanwhile you all show up unscathed?
What? You want a murder confession? Fine. We're all a bunch of killers who lured 3 legendary Nikkes to their deaths. Are you satisfied?
Drilley.
What the?
What in the world are you laughing at?
Oh, sorry. It's just your name is so... And then your squad mate is Hammering.
Are you kidding me? You're choosing now of all times to poke fun at my name?
Sorry. Anyways, Hammering saved us. She noticed the giant crystal was sinking. Then asked me to toss her my tracking device, which I cherish dearly. She emphasized to us multiple times not to come any nearer. And then she fell. Even before that, she worked incredibly hard during our search. We have no intention of abandoning someone who has done so much for us. We're more loyal than you think. So stop wasting time suspecting us, and let's hurry to go save her. What are these drill-like things attached to the back of your suits? Are they some kind of rocket booster?
No.
That's too bad. If they were, we would be able to go faster.
What are you going on about?
Hey, I'm sorry for getting angry. What do you say we bury the hatchet?
Okay. I'm sorry too.
Drilley assumes the lead position and walks at a brisk pace. Nicely handled, Neon.
I'm used to playing peacemaker with this pit bull beside me.
Hey, who are you calling a pit bull?
Nobody.
Is this conversation over?
For now, it is.
I've been meaning to ask. Is it true that Liverin came along on the search mission?
Yes, it is. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. Did Liverin participate in the search mission as well?
Yes, why?
Did she say why?
Huh? I think it was something about how she was tired of living a life pleasing others and wanted to do something worthwhile. Was that it?
Yeah, more or less.
Is that so? Okay. Thank you.
Fragile walks ahead.
Looks like Liverin didn't tell Fragile that she was coming up to the surface.
Apparently not.
Who volunteers to go on a search mission and doesn't notify their fellow squad members? Sounds suspicious to me. Something foul is afoot, I say.
I don't see anything weird about it. You go off and eat pudding on your own and don't tell me.
You bet I don't tell you. Otherwise, you'd steal my chocolate bars.
It's not stealing if I tell you I'm going to eat them.
What's the point of telling me when I'm not there?
The point is that I kept you in the loop.
If I'm not physically there to stop you, then you're just talking to yourself and stealing.
What is
It's
this
better
fluff?
than being a
A thief is a thief. Plain and simple.
First, Liverin was obsessed with the messages. Then she comes up here and keeps it a secret from her own squad members. I don't get it. But
It
I
may
don't like
be
it.
for personal reasons we don't understand. Fortunately, it hasn't had much of an impact on the mission so far. Until we glean more information, it's impossible to ascertain what potential risks there might be.
Seriously, we've been betrayed enough for several lifetimes.
Fair enough. Still, I'll look into this.
Good call. Let's hit him with the commander's devilish charms. Just don't go holding their hands or doing anything lovey-dovey.
You got a problem with that?
Yes, that's not allowed.
You can't do this to me. Alright, alright. I can be lovey-dovey if I want. Defend at all costs. Harmony Cube discovered. Harmony Cube discovered. Damn it. Wasn't this a candidate for the Ark? Why did that darn whale bring us here? Where's the commander? Melted. Humans. Let's deal with the raptors around us first. We must protect the Harmony Cube. A Harmony Cube on the surface is extremely rare. We must protect it at all costs.
Let's go.
You've exited the tunnel. Seems like this place was originally a metropolis. Although the density of the crystals makes it difficult to discern what kind of city it was. You've been moving underground for a while, and I'm unable to track your coordinates exactly. The concentration of crystals here is very high. Be careful not to make prolonged contact with them. From here on out, all you have to do is follow the tracking device that was given to Hammering. Look in front of you.
Following Shifty's instructions, I gaze up ahead. Even at this considerable distance, the crystal cluster is still a majestic sight to behold.
So, that's the crystal cluster. It's not as luminous as I imagined it would be.
Based on the location, it's highly probable that that's the same crystal cluster that the away team was in. Let's get closer.
We walk towards the crystal cluster. In stark contrast to before, there is no trace of light or heat emitting from it that would prevent us from getting closer. Once we have closed enough distance, we realize it's broken.
Yes, there's hardly any light left.
There's a space inside it.
And there's something like a lever here.
That's it. That's a brake system.
Giga Drilley?
Huh?
It's a very primitive manual brake. Just a moment. Initiating deduction. Deduction complete.
What's with all the fancy words? You just thought for a second.
Pulling that lever will release the brake and cause the crystal cluster to travel down the elevator shaft. Well, not travel down, more like fall down. Either way, I believe it uses this tunnel as a passageway. The tunnel is L-shaped, and the crystal seemed to have come down here like it was riding a slide. It spat itself out the other end, crashed here, and incurred some damage.
So it broke from the impact?
And what about the people who were stuck inside it? Are they still in one piece?
I think they're still okay.
How do you know that?
Look here. I pointed to a TV partially buried in the ground floor.
What about it? What does a TV have to do with our current situation? Boom. It's got boom installed on it.
She's took the time to do.
So they're safe. Not only that, but they're apparently relaxed enough to enjoy gaming.
I wouldn't be so sure. They might be in more danger than you think. For Elegg, installing boom is easier than breathing. Okay, maybe not that easy, but I'm just saying that she can do it in a snap.
What are you doing?
It's not just her either. It seems the others are safe as well. They've stopped at the level which gives out the most health recovery items in the entire game.
Sounds like a bit of a stretch to me.
It's Alegg's last will and testament.
Do you even know what that phrase actually means?
Annie, what you're saying is that everyone is okay?
Most likely.
But why aren't they here?
I'd say it had something to do with those things.
I need to turn down the music. It's kind of loud. Oh, thank you. I spin around. I see a group of raptors rising from the debris off in the distance.
They're getting better and better at sneaking up on us.
Everyone prepare for battle.
Enemy down. However, the noise from the encounter has alerted all nearby raptors in the vicinity. You can't stay there for long.
Let's do what we have to do and get out. Elegg, Liverin, and Hammering clearly came along with the crystal cluster. They installed boom on the TV in front of us and left a message by proceeding to a certain stage. I don't know if this is worth pointing out, but I believe they managed to evade the rapture attack and make an escape. We have not encountered any signs that would point to their demise or being injured, so the chances of their having survived are high. Our next move should be to follow the signal emitted by Hammering's tracking device.
The signal being picked up by the tracker shows it's not too far from you. The only thing which is concerning is that there is no sign of movement.
Hammering.
I'll take the lead. Everyone, follow me.
Fragile moves hurriedly. Alright, let's move.
Brake. Brake. An object which uses friction to either slow down or fix a certain speed.
What are you saying?
Brake. 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 Trony? I don't think it's a good idea to talk to yourself while using the comms equipment. It's a bit distracting. Oh, sorry. I was just trying to sort out my thoughts.
What are you thinking about?
Why would that hunk of crystal have a brake system on it? That's,
I think what it does is it goes up, absorbs energy, and then it moves. They move it back down, and then put a new small crystal that absorbs more energy, and then
So that it could be transported, perhaps? How do you mean? You set the brakes to fix it in place, then gather as much electricity as you want. Once you've achieved your goal, you release the brakes and send it here through the elevator. I've seen something similar to this when I worked at the logistics center. Like the ladder on a fire truck. Although, in this case, the act of transportation itself seems rather haphazard.
What cause would they have to move it to another location?
I'm not sure. Perhaps because it could serve some function here?
Go on.
That crystal contains a whole bunch of electricity. There had to be some reason it couldn't be utilized in the crystal cluster's previous location. Perhaps, it had to be taken to something that could generate electricity in bulk. I'm not sure. The basic principle behind moving something is to get it to a location where it can be put to good use.
So there must be something around here which requires a whole lot of electricity to operate.
Fragile, you're in the transportation squad, right?
Yes.
You're pretty bright. Not to say that I thought people in the transportation squad would be dim.
No offense taken. I'm always looking for ways to prove myself. And I have a keen interest in theories and their application. To be honest, I haven't had much work lately.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So, can I ask you, what's your theory as to why that crystal cluster has a brake system?
Considering the heretics are nearby, it could have something to do with them.
You think so?
I think it's quite likely.
Well, whoever it is, it's impressive what they managed to pull off. Also, there's one more thing I can't figure out. So Liverin and Elegg were stuck in the crystal, with their butts hanging out.
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, they were full-on mooning us.
Oh my god. It's the only time I'm saving you.
How embarrassing.
Don't worry, they were fully clothed.
Commander, don't tell me you saw it as well?
I didn't mean to.
You saw the buttocks of someone you're not even dating? You should be ashamed of yourself.
What? Oh my god.
No more butt talk. That's not what's important.
I find it incredibly important.
I can't. This is...
The question is, why were they only showing their rear ends?
Can we at least try to get this conversation back on track?
There must have been some kind of doorway that closed on them.
Yes, that makes sense.
There must have been an opening in the crystal cluster, which revealed the brakes. And we all know that would have caught Elegg's attention immediately.
She was probably bending over to take a closer look and was yelling out to Liverin, who was right beside her, to come take a peek. Elegg was probably vibrating with excitement, and I'm sure that made Liverin all the more curious.
And that's when the crystal cluster began to move.
Before it could be transported, the door closed on them and they both got stuck. The worst case scenario is that some crystals may have pierced their abdominal areas. However, what truly worries me is the notion that someone may be controlling this crystal. That there's another entity manipulating this mechanism and operating the crystal like a machine.
What's the possibility that this territory belongs to the pilgrim who was carrying a coffin?
Hi. Not only did she seem hostile, but she also appeared to be controlling the crystals. I think there's a high probability that we'll be seeing her here.
Hostile, you think so?
Huh?
Let's keep moving. Shifty, how far until we reach the tracking device?
You're close. You'll be arriving soon.
I'll take the lead.
Drilley takes long strides, and her pace almost at a run.
Bless her soul. She's trying to run, but she's slow as a snail. If there was only a booster on her drills.
Neon, cannon, would you?
You're quite close to the tracking device. You should be able
That's
to
good to hear.
establish a visual at this distance.
I'm sure they're safe. Right?
See Eleg's ass.
Yes, all three of them are going to be just fine.
Hammering!
Drilley shouts while running.
Where are you? Answer me!
Drilley, keep your voice down.
Hey!
Thud thud. There is sound breeze falling down from the wall.
Hammering!
The Rapture vibrates and then activates.
Rapture discovered. It must have turned off its power core in order to ambush you. The coordinates of the tracking device are changing. They're syncing with the Rapture's movements.
Huh? Did hammering become a rapture?
How is that even possible, you airhead? Ugh.
Drilley charges at the Rapture.
What did you do with hammering? You son of a...
Everyone, cover Drilley. Encounter.
Oh shit. Drilley sprints towards the fallen Rapture. It means to tear it apart with her drill. Drilley, calm down. The Rapture couldn't have eaten hammering.
You think I don't know that? The tracking device is somewhere on this thing. We have to find it. I have no idea how it got attached to this infernal creature. But if hammering is okay, she'll have left us some kind of clue. A message. A sign. Something. If we can find that, we'll be able to find her.
Drilley collapses to the ground. I get a closer look. It's her arm. The small tracking device is bathed in red.
It's... blood.
It might be oil or something else.
Yes, you are technically correct. Either way, a liquid catalyst facilitates one's operation. Colloquially, we can refer to it as blood. Is she dead?
No, she's alive.
But where is she?
We'll find that out soon enough.
How?
By working together.
This is insane. Where the hell is she?
Drilley, I understand how you feel, but rushing in headlong like that puts us all at risk.
Ugh, damn it! Where is she? You stupid. Where the hell are you? I told you it was dangerous. Ugh, I feel like I'm going insane.
Let's go up higher. We can get the lay of the land. I saw a building up ahead that should provide a good vantage point. I'll lead the way.
Roger.
Hey, Drilley. Don't worry. We'll find her for sure.
Yeah.
Let's move.
I skipped Neon.
Never trust an oath!